Hey, Blue Table fans, Shawn here. Yeah, no anything of happiness today. I've had a rough couple of days. It's brutal. You know, it's not always peaches in Gately's world. It should be. I certainly deserve it. But here I am, gonna answer your questions anyway. Let's do this. So let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days till Valhalla. Definitely going to have them Aurochs done. So that'll make, and the skeletons. So that'll make 3 2,000 point Age of Sigmar armies. Yeah, getting it done. Getting it done. Alright. Solo Wargaming Show says, LMAO. At the ending, he's talking about everything is cookies and cream, and he terminates his vid mid-sentence. Son of a whore. I ran out of batteries. I'm just like, oh, come on. You know? So today I made sure everything that the card was initialized. The battery is up to max 178 minutes. So we should be okay. Charles Montigny says, hey, I'm French, sort of, haha, there's that. French Canadian. Hey, thanks for responding. I really appreciate it. Gonna tell you guys a couple stories. So I took I was a language arts major in college. Managed to get a 4-year degree in 6 years. Worst spent money of my lifetime. Yeah, just the edge. If you want to get educated, it's easy. You gotta read. There's all sorts of resources online. A mentor is a great thing to have. So, anyway, you know, but if someone else is paying for it, go to college, man. Just do it. And so I take French. It's easy because I already have Spanish like in my head. In fact, I challenged the first 2 years of Spanish. I didn't have to do year 1 and 2 of Spanish because I already had so much knowledge of it and could speak it so well. And what's funny though is my Spanish was like this bastardized South American version, and the Chileans had told me, like as a joke, they had taught me all of this super foul language and said that it was just like the normal thing to say. So anyway, so I go in for a French oral, which is a lot less fun than you might think. And I'm speaking in my broken French. And I want to say, I say for my 35th birthday, no, I said before I die, I want to shave my head. And it came out as, I'm going to die, so I have to shave my head. And the teacher giving the exam thought I was like dying of cancer. And I couldn't understand why she was like so sympathetic. I'm like, I'm just going to shave my head. Which I did. I went bald for my 35th birthday. And that was great. And, you know, all that hair keeps your head warm. And when you shave it off, your head feels cold. That's what I found out. And I also found out my head has a really weird shape. I have like a Klingon ridge under this hair. Seriously, it's weird. People put their hand on my head and they're just like, whoa, dude, what is that shape? So yeah, my hair keeps it looking normal. Yeah. All right, so anyway, and the second story, yeah, I probably told these before, but I went to graduate, and I'm like, all right, I got enough credits. I go in, they're like, hey, it was like 186 credits, and they're like, you're 1 credit short. You have 185. I'm like, what? Yeah, you got to come back to summer school and do like 1 more credit. I'm like, heck with that. So I'm like, well, what happened? They're like, well, you failed French. That was 4 credits. And I'm like, I failed French? I thought I did awesome. And so I went back to talk to the teacher, and my new wife, she was like, you know, go talk to her. Just find out what the deal was. And I'm glad I did, because it turns out, that they transposed the grade of the student above me with mine. They had actually failed, and I had actually gotten like a B or something. So, all right, there's my French stories. Boy, I'm really riffing. Please do painting along with Shawn. Oh, I'm going to. It's going to happen. Maybe even tonight. Oh, more questions. This guy has a Gene Stealer cult symbol, Brandon Burt. Is that a character or is that your real name? That's what I want to know. Oh, I'll say a question back to each person. So French guy, Charles Montagnier. How do you say your name? That's my question for you. Have you played Zombicide Black Plague? I would like to. And I actually want to use those miniatures and Mantic zombies for my zombie horde for Age of Sigmar. By the way, the zombie horde is going to be an army with 240 zombies in it. Yeah, 6 points each. 100. Yeah, and that'll leave room for the corpse carts and necromancers. And they won't be all on the table. Some of them will be summoned. And quite frankly, I think that's going to be one of the hardest armies to beat. That is going to be because of like the mass effect. Put them on small bases, rank them up really good. And in fact, I'll probably put them on movement trays, you know. Get like 50 zombies in a brick like this. Maybe an oval tray, you know. Just move them off as needed, as when they're surrounding something, enveloping it. Oh yeah, just massed attacks. And then they hit back, they kill 6 zombies. Oh well, I raise more. It's awesome. Brandon Burt says again, I'm 19 and I've probably been watching your videos for 7 or 8 years now. That's the whole time. I'm loving life, and things that are going great for me are my job and my miniature painting. Every time I pick up a model to paint, I surprise myself with the skill I have. I'm getting better and better every day. Okay, good for you. You get a like. You get likes all around. Like. Oh, I think I already liked his first comment. Give me my like back. Okay, Mr. Gunnar 177. Sorry. I would love Painting with Shawn episode series. Glad to hear that you and the move to Salt Lake went well, and the studio is doing well. that remains to be seen. Yeah, I got to get some new projects in, guys. I've got the people, the talent. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. It's going great. So I just got to get them in, keep my people busy. Yeah, keep myself busy. In fact, what I'd like to do, if you'd like to have me do an army for you personally and put my genius and talent into it and record it, let's say, why not? Contact me. We'll do it. I'll start right after Valhalla. Let's do this thing. What's my next army going to be? It's going to be yours and Gene Stealer Colts. So I'm going to do, for October, I plan on, just me personally, painting up a Gene Stealer cult and an Order army, Sylvaneth maybe. Oh, I had a guy do an inquiry for a Stormcast Eternals army. Oh, and I was stoked, but I lost it to a local guy. So, Also, what you drinking in the video? That's these things. I fill up 3 of these every day, and they are full of water. That's it. So, what do you like to drink? That's my question for Mr. Gunnar 177. I'm a huge fan of San Pellegrinos. Love those. It's Italian soda. I like Izzy's. I like fresh squeeze orange juice. Trader Joe's is really good. That's it. I don't drink alcohol. There's nothing stopping me now, but I just don't care for it. Really, but I have yet to get drunk, so there's that. Mr. Gunnar 177 says, I'm 22, my wife and I are in our 2nd year of marriage and it's going great. Well, good luck with that. Working on a Night House 30K army and it's coming along nicely. You should take some videos of you cooking. All right, I'll do it. By the way, I want you guys to just start, don't even ask. Just send me videos to bluetablepainting@gmail.com. I think the limit is like 5 megs or something like that. Give me a blurb. I'll put it up on my channel. My limits are you can't advertise something I do myself, and also it has to be PG, clean language, because this is a family show. Aside from me apparently saying "son of a whore" at the end of a video, loudly I might add. And I knew that might be on there, but I'm like, well, we don't edit things around here. Home invasion imminent now. No. Impulse says, by the way, good job on getting that as your YouTube ID. Yes, please have us along for your painting. I'd love some long videos of your painting sessions for background videos during my own hobby time. Okay, sure. MC1 Gamer has something to do with summoning. We already talked about that. Having us along while you're painting sounds great. This is hard edge painting. I'm French and offended by, haha, just kidding, nothing offends me, I'm French. Look, I give cigarette to a baby. That's fantastic. Bluffer says, hey Shawn, do you think they will add up any Bretonian looking models to the Free People? Just curious on what you think. I really miss Bretonia. Bretonia is, okay, so there were 2 armies that they published compendiums for that are legal to play, but they discontinued the line. I don't think Bretonians are coming back. I think they're gone forever. But there's plenty of second-hand models, and there's plenty of alternate sculpts, and the rule set, Tomb Kings and Bretonians have never had a more viable and competitive rule set. They're doing great. Tom B says, I feel Gene Stealer cults are Tyranids with clothes on, LOL. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But they have a great background. I love, and I'm doing them. I actually set aside some models. They were on the web store. They were a trade-in. And they were just so cool, and nobody was buying them. So I set them aside in a bin. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but now I know. They're vehicles. They're really cool, like alternate vehicles. They've been painted up real nice. And they're going in my Gene Stealer Colts army. Did you know the truck that they have, like that mining truck, is 25 points? I'm like, awesome. These guys are going to be like orcs. And I hope they can ally with Tyranids. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Of course, the funny thing about Gene Stealer Colts is they're like programmed to believe that, you know, these glorious angelic beings are going to come from the heavens and like rescue them. And they don't. The Gene Stealer Colts, when they help overthrow everything, they get eaten too. They get dissolved into biomass and slurped up by the hive ships. So, yeah. Absolutely terrible. Let's see. David Taylor says, this is new, but this is like hyper audience interaction, by the way. That seems a weird thing to have with pork chops. Son of a whore. Okay, I agree that if someone asks you how you are and you don't act overly modest, the universe labels you as a jerk. I think of people with focus on the positives more. Whoa, that light just came in. Oh! Fantastic. I think then people would be less stressed with life in general. True. A lot of likes. You get a like. There you go. I'm liking your thing. David Taylor. No dislikes on any of my comments, by the way. Good. Anler says, I hadn't really thought of summoning as a form of Alpha Strike. I was just thinking about it in terms of Flesh Eater Court, where so many units have it, yet they are all super expensive. Good point. Yeah. Yip Snake says, what a great idea, Shawn, about painting with us. You could do a YouTube live. Yeah, I want to get out to storage and get the whatever they are. The cameras for the thing. I'll get a Twitch going and it'll be fun. Hopefully that'll go. He says, I'm painting 150 goblins for Age of Sigmar and I need something to paint too. So good for you. Answer your question, I'm 20 and what's going well is that you have inspired me to do an Age of Sigmar goblin army. So goblins it is. Well, good for you. MC1 Gamer says, I'm the same age as you. I'm 47, by the way. Things going right. I have a 10-year-old boy, and he's doing well in school, enjoying all things nerdy with his dad, obsessing over superhero movies. A lot of superhero movies, by the way. Playing games like D&D, Age of Sigmar, and my wife has an amazing job. You have to look at the good things in life. Well, that's true. It's true. What happened? I ran out of batteries, says Sebastian. Oscar Johansson. Nice ending, man. I love you so much. Been following you since 09. Well, there you go. 08 was like, spring 08 was a pivotal year. I was reformulating the staff. And recently, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I did a project count, just a rough one, and I've only got 25 projects in pre-op. That's awesome. Like, that's getting closer to where I want it to be. Still about 40 being worked on, and I want to get that turnaround nice and tight, because it's really suffered in years past. And now I'm actually getting a lot of projects in under the minimum advertised turnaround time. That's good. And yeah, I want to get it in the 2 to 4 week range. If you do it too fast, people aren't ready for that final payment. A lot of people are spreading it out from one paycheck to another. And please do painting chat sessions. Okay, Oscar, I will. You get a like too. Okay. Wow, a lot of you guys have been watching for a while. I really like this show, Shawn. I've been following. This is Udiswi. Sure. I've been following BTP since 2007. I had a hard time transitioning between schools because I didn't feel at home, and you gave me much more energy and a boost to my hobby inspirations. That was what I was hoping for every time I got home, that BTP had released some videos. My dream was to become a painter in your company. Well, that still might happen. It sounds like a really cool idea of you making painting videos, and with you talking, following you since late teen years to now I'm a grown man. It is just great that you keep on doing this. For that, we are all forever grateful. Cheers, Adam. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. So, I didn't ask questions back, did I? Okay, so Adam, what do you do for a living? There you go. G Ambulance Service says 33 and my Age of Sigmar Slaanesh, nearly all painted, which is something good in my world. Okay, so my question for you is, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? There you go. Michael Mostin says, I'm 37 and loved the ending. Okay. Adam Cool says, hey Shawn, I'm 22. I'm not sure when I started watching your videos. It has been at least a few years. First vids I remember watching were a battle report with Imperial Guard and Tau. I think you were playing both sides because I didn't see anyone else in the report. And I remember watching a vid with some Junkyard Tau. Okay? Nevertheless, keep up the vids. They are always fun and entertaining. Well, thank you, Adam Cool. You get a like. Thank you. Maladi, Lord of Collapse. Awesome. What are your favorite Gene Stealer cult models? So far, the ones from the Overkill set. I like the miners. Like the big guys that have like pickaxes and stuff. Those guys are cool. I love it. I actually got some of those in on trade. So, I don't know. I might have to crank those out. I've been watching for such a long time. It was the studio walkthroughs that got me interested. Okay, great. Trevor Lewis. I had a friend named Trevor Lewis back in Spanish Fork. Hey, Shawn, I think that summoning is also beneficial, that what you can summon whatever you want based on the situation. That is true. It's a tactical thing. Though you do have to reserve points. Okay. Damon Atherton, I'm 28, and me and my partner are expecting our first baby. Little girl, that's good. First baby. And now comes the unwanted baby advice. Look into getting a doula. Doulas are awesome. It's basically someone to help you and your good woman during the process. She comes out, she helps with all practical aspects of the entire process, and it's great. It's really great. So, Infamous Pat 22 says, age 24, finishing up school in December, and I have a job lined up. What Age of Sigmar army should I start? I'm quite conflicted. Okay, Infamous Pat, you get a like. We're not just famous, we're infamous. Three Amigos. Good show. Alright, so first off, I want your business. I'm getting to the question in a second. Here comes the plug. I want your business. I want to do your army. Send me an inquiry. I've got some great specials going. I have great talent on board. Pretty soon you're going to see a set of, I think, 8 to 10 Primarchs that's just going to make your eyeballs pop out of your head, plus a whole bunch of other goodies. So I've got good talent on tap. It's good, and that turnaround time is just tightening up. And I'm optimistic. I've got, it's interesting. I had always imagined BTP would become like this giant juggernaut and just have more and more people, and it wasn't as fun as you might think it would be. Wouldn't trade the experience of having 30 employees, but there's something to be said for having some peace and running a very efficient show. So yeah. All right, let's talk about infamous Pat 22's Age of Sigmar army. Okay, so first off, you got to understand there's only 4 armies for Age of Sigmar. Order, Chaos, Destruction, Death. And inside of those, you can do like so many things. It's just great. I love everything about this. It's a golden age. I mean, and you have so much flexibility with your list building. Gone are the days of like, oh, I gotta pick this army. Oh, it's a bottom tier army. Blah 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 blah. No, you can do counts as stuff, and so it's a modeler and a player's like dream. It's just so fantastic. Oh man, I just love it. Okay, but what army should you play? So you gotta think. If you're pretty young. You don't got your job yet, so you got to look at armies in terms of model count, how they play. Is it a finesse army where you got to like really work up to it? And if you play it well, then it's awesome. But if you don't play it that well, you just get crushed every time terribly. That used to be Eldar. In fact, Eldar really still are a finesse army in my opinion. So, ooh, what if I go like this? What if I turn this way? Ooh. What are you going to do now? So, there you go. Oh, yeah, you can see all my little things over here. Oh, my beautiful. I just love this. I have my watches in here, books in here. It just looks so nice. Makes me happy. Makes me happy inside my heart. Okay, so Aurochs, the Iron Jaws, are easy to paint. Low model, like you're going to have 30 models in your whole army. And Aurochs, it's about $500 for just the models, though. So be ready to shell out for the figs. But they're spectacular, and if you get a discount, you can get a 20% discount. Get it down to about $400. Let's see. Death typically are easy to paint, and if you're up for painting some massed infantry, skeletons are easy to paint up. All the easy guys. The low point cost guys are really easy to paint up. So, oh, this is what I look like without my glasses. I can't see the camera now. All right, let's just set those aside. Yeah, there you go. That's my come hither look. Hey, what's up? That's right. How goes the dam building? Okay, so Death would be a good one in terms of like ease of painting. Go on eBay and find an army that's already assembled and just buy that. And because a lot of times you can save yourself the assembly and make it easier. But the thing is, used armies that are being sold are typically going to have square bases, so be ready to buy bases and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've been going on eBay recently, and I'm not really impressed with the offerings. It's not like, people are putting stuff up for like, 20% off, maybe 30% off, but you just, I haven't really, in recent history, I haven't seen anything where it's like, oh, wow, this is half off, or wow, this is like, bargain basement. No, it's kind of like stabilized, and a lot of it is dreck. I mean, a lot of it is weird, just weird stuff that's really not that great. But sometimes if you keep your eyes peeled, you can find those bargains. So let's see here. For order, really, the only order book that's come out is the Age of Sigmar guys, but I got to tell you, I don't think they're that easy to paint, and they're not inexpensive. It is low model count, But, you know, a lot of people are doing Stormcast Eternals. Oh, that's what I meant. A Stormcast Eternal army, not an Age of Sigmar army. So, you know, dwarfs have a lot of great models that came out kind of at the end of the run when Warhammer Fantasy was kind of dying, and so you don't see that many of those. And the new models are just like the Iron Drakes and the new Hammers. I mean, those are just like drool-tastic. Look for other sources though, like Cybor Miniatures, SCIBOR. They have a lot of fantasy stuff that's just to die for. But again, it's not expensive. It is imported. Beastclaw Raiders. Yeah, in fact, I'm picking your army right now. Infamous Pat 22. You're going to do Beastclaw Raiders. Go get the book. That's your first step. Read up on it. And just do that. And then you can expand it out to a destruction army. An army I've seen a lot of, which I'm actually... is coming through commission right now, is like the Stonehorns and Thunder Tusks. Those things are about 330 models per 330 points, per model. The leaders cost about 100 points more than that, but they count as battle line if you take a Beastclaw Raiders army. So I actually think Beastclaw Raiders are really great. Don't buy the published models of the Yetis. There are other great alternate sculpts for those guys from Crocodile Games have them. In fact, I think they're called Yetis even. So you could have an army of 4 of those like beasties, and sorry, I just got thinking about something else. And then I've seen people do it where there's just a screen of goblins. And I'm just like, yeah, that'll work. And because you know what's scary is the Thunder Tusks have a breath weapon that does 6 mortal wounds, just flat. And it hits on a 2+. So with 3 of those guys just blasting away with that frost breath, they can melt whole units. And how are you going to get to them if they're surrounded by like all these layers of little goblins? I mean, that's like I don't know how I would deal with that, because as far as I know, you can shoot into close combat too. So you can mire them with these goblins and just decimate units. How do you deal with that? Oh, summoning, where you summon a unit and then you can get to grips in the same turn, or you can get around the screen. So that's one way. A lot of armies have a thing where things come in from the sides of the board, like Flesh Eater Courts, and I think the Beastmen still have something like that. This looks better. Okay, well guys, that's all the comments. Let me just do a refresh to make sure I didn't miss anybody. So thanks for tuning in to the Shawn Gately Show. Again, I'm kind of like, energy levels waning. It's good. I have peace. Nope, that was it. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Leave me some new questions, and I will see you guys tomorrow. In fact, I'll probably do a painting session. It's not going to be very exciting, though. I can guarantee you that.